Echo. Play TikTok oldies playlist on shuffle.
Shuffling the playlist. TikTok oldies on Amazon Music.
Hi everyone on TikTok. Give me just a second. Trying to get all my stuff together here. Here we go. I couldn't see any of the comments. Hello, hello. Big hairy journal. That's what it is. Big hairy journal. I gotta grab some paper. Oh gosh. So I had some ideas for some writing thoughts and whatnot for this journal, and I was like, why not? Sometimes I go back and I look at my own videos and I'm like, ooh, I need to do something like that because I have so much stuff going on in there that I've done that, dude, I can't remember all that stuff. And somebody will ask me about something that I did, like, I have no idea, like years and years and years ago. And I'm like, dude, I have no idea what you're talking about. You're going to have to read, because the way they're describing it, it's just not ringing a bell. And I'm like, um, let me think. And I have no idea. And I tried. And I have like the best news ever. A lot of people were wanting me to do another recipe journal, and I don't make the same journal twice. Like if I do a recipe journal out of a certain paper collection, I won't do it again, and I will do something like completely different. And there's so many things that I critique myself on when it comes to my own journals. Like I'm like, gosh, I would have done that so different if it was like, today instead of like 4 years ago or 3 years ago. And I'm like, oh gosh, I felt like such an amateur or something like that. Even though it looks good to everybody else, I always critique my stuff. I am my worst critic because I'm kind of a perfectionist when it comes to stuff. So I have done something with my black. I cleaned up all my area, and every time I clean, I can't find nothing, and it drives me crazy. But if I don't clean, I have a feeling I'll end up in divorce court because my husband will go crazy. You know, no, I'm kidding. He would. He knows he's got a good thing. He ain't gonna divorce me. Not to toot my own horn, but he won't ever. I gotta find my black paper. Let me find my black paper real quick. I have some green paper. I might be able to use that. Anyways, but like people will ask me stuff, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea. Okay, sometimes I come up with stuff on the fly, and I don't think about, like, oh, maybe somebody, like, at least back then, I don't think about people wanting to remake that because that wasn't my thought process when I first made it. And then I'm like, they asked me how I did something, and I'm like, dude, I have no idea. I've slept since then. I probably had a kid since then. I don't know. So I have to think about it. I don't know what to do with my flipping paper. I just like had, wait a minute. I just had a huge thing of paper, and I don't know what, oh, let me get this. I know I'm gonna need this. What did I do with that flipping thing? I'm getting warmer. I feel it. I figured out that I just had a bunch of black paper. It is his fault. He always makes me clean, and when he makes me clean, I lose stuff. I also got some new punch boards, and some of them are self-explanatory. You know, like you can. Oh, wait a minute. I think I'm gonna use that. Here, let me get this up. Use some of that. But sometimes they are not. Like the We Are Memory Makers envelope maker thingamabobber. That thing, I literally got like my first gray hair from that thing. Because I was like, why is this thing this way? Hang on, I think I just found it. I think I just put these boxes on top of it, maybe. And some of those boards are not very helpful when it comes to stuff like that. And I'm like, why would you do it that way? You know, I sit there and I look at it and I'm like, that's not functional. Why would you do it like that? So I had my black paper here, and I'm happy that I'm getting back to this book because I just finished up the Fancy Nancy book, and I'm gonna get that shipped off to my grandmother because she's 91, and I told her, I was like, I need to get this shipped off before you die. And she started laughing. That's the kind of relationship we have. You know, I don't want to wait until it's like too late. And she was like, oh, I completely understand. Yeah, you need to send it sooner than later. She's like me, but with like a crazy sense of humor. All right, I'm going to look in here because I have a feeling I stuck it in this bin even though I wasn't seeing it. Oh, I need this Wild Things paper anyway. I still got a little bit of paper left. So I'm going to use up as much of that as possible so I can put that in with it. That's what I'm getting out right now. But in the meantime, I'll give you guys some updates while I'm digging all this paper out. My next sets of washi tape shipped finally. Hopefully be here. I'm thinking maybe it'd be nice if it was this week, but it will probably be the week after. And I have 4 collections, and then I have a border that goes with one of the collections. And right now they are working on the next 5 collections. One of those collections is, it can go with 2 of the collections, and it's going to be like 4 inches wide, so it's going to be really wide. And it's like little elements that can go with that, if that makes any sense. And I found it. I buried it. Here it is. I didn't see the paper underneath this paper. Here we go. Yay. I like to use this black paper when I'm doing like my templates and tutorials and whatnot, because I don't know, I just like it. It's like the perfect strength paper, weight, and all that. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you. I know I got so delayed. I've been wanting to play with my tapes, you know, because I have like so many ideas of what I want to do with them. And they're just sitting here collecting dust. And I'm like, yay, as soon as I am done with the Fancy Nancy book, I'm going to go play. And this is one that I really love. I love the Roaring 20s. And I think it came out really good. And these are all pre-cut because I hate cutting out stuff. Drives me crazy. And yeah, so I'm going to be playing with that. and the Oasis one, which is the Egyptian one I have with the borders. And I got the Frida Kahlo. I always find her work fascinating because you can really like see the depiction of struggle and hardship and stuff. And I know not everybody likes her, and did she live the best life? No, nobody ever does. But you know, there's a reason why people are infatuated with their work, because it's not like, you know, the same old same old. So, and that's kind of the epitome of what I live by. I like to do out of the ordinary stuff. So that's me. There's also, I have Christmas stuff in my Etsy shop, 50% off, because I still have so much of it. If I can get rid of all that Christmas stuff, I will restock it with new Christmas stuff. But my husband has laid down the law on me right now and said, you can't get any more stuff if it's trickling out in the hallway. And so I said, okay. So I've had to spend like the last several weeks reorganizing stuff, because if I don't, he's going to have a conniption fit. He's a big guy, and he can't handle confined spaces. He's kind of a wuss that way. Sorry. So let's work on this. All right, I found my paper. I'm good now. I was looking all over the place for that, and it was just covered up by other paper. So I'm going to go over what I've done so far in this journal. This is a journal that I made completely, I think, on live. I think the only thing that I didn't do on live was put the hair piece on. You know, and I like it because it's like a very good, what do you call that, where you sensory thing. You know, the only problem is that little pieces of paper get stuck in it, and I'm like constantly anal, and so I'm always like getting them out to try to keep it clean. But it's a good sensory thing, and it's so soft. I tried to get Jeremy hates it. That's my husband. He hates it, and I had an extra piece that's not, you know, that I cut off, and I made him put it on the back of his head like he had a mullet, and he about flipped out. So this is what I've done so far. Made the book online when I was on live, not online, on live. And I've made a bunch of little inserts for it. Some of them are new that I've never done on live before, or, you know, posted anywhere. But there's a lot of stuff that I think I could still add. The only other thing that I did was I drew these pictures, and I made this lined paper. I did it like this on purpose, to where it looks childlike, and it looks like it was drawn on with a crayon. Hello everyone. Hold on, I'm reading comments. Oh, thank you. And a lot of people asked me if I would add this to my Etsy shop as a digital, and I did. So if you plan on making a Where the Wild Things book are, or a monster book or anything like that, you know, it has several pages in there, like with the footprints that you can use for other things. So that's what I did with this, is I created that. There's also an extra page in the one on my Etsy shop that I did not use in this book, because I created it afterwards, because I like even numbers. So this one I made on live. This was the new little folding thing. Let's see. I always sound so frazzled on live, and usually it's because I am. I think the nerves just get to me a little bit. I made this one. See, half of these things, it's been so long that I don't even know what these are anymore. Let me see. But I think what I'm going to do today is I want to make a monster foot insert for this. I also left these blank because this is a book I'm intending to sell. So if somebody buys it and they want it for their kid or something like that, then they can put pictures in there or do whatever with that and make a really good baby book if somebody's having like a boy or a girl, or if they're doing like, you know, that kind of theme thing or whatever. I didn't really think about it as a baby book, but so I like I said, a lot of this stuff like this I made on live. Let me see here. Like this. A minute. I gotta spread it out a little bit. And I have not messed with it since. And I'm stuck here. Oh no, I'm not stuck. It just wouldn't go around. And so you can go back and rewatch those. I think it's on my YouTube channel. And I left every other one blank. And then what else did we do? I forgot to open that one up that I put there. Kind of. So I think that's what I want to do today. I'm going to make some writing cards. Not necessarily pop-ups. Mostly because I don't want to do anything too thick. So that way it doesn't get all, you know. I mean, if it gets a little bit big, that's okay. You know, but this has magnets on it. So I'm trying to get them. There we go. Like that. I think we did that. We did all these on live. And the next book after I'm done with this, I'm going to do is the Wizard of Oz book. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of like what I did with the Haunted House book. Do some of that. I'll be doing that on live. And I'm just going to sit here and work until my little heart's content. And then when I'm done working, I'll be done. So, but I'm going to have a lot of mixed media stuff with that. Made these little pockets. Let me see. Little tags. And then, oh yeah, we made this. Blends in with the pages that I have a hard time, which is the little, oh, it's this way, little boat movement thing. Get a hold of it. And it's a writing stuff like that. I like to do writing spots. Because like I said, if it's a kid's book, like if somebody's, you know, keeping it for their kid or something, then you can have plenty of writing spots for, you know, putting memories, pictures, whatever. Sounds good. They won't be available on Facebook because Facebook deletes them. All my lives are on YouTube. I've organized my YouTube page to make sure that everything is kind of in playlist that's relevant, and they, like if it's an insert, it will be under inserts, and some of the videos in there are live because I didn't see the point of making another video if I did it on live, because that's just kind of overkill and I'm busy, so I have to utilize my time so I can, you know, do that. Oh, that one was the one that I did on here. That one took a while because I had to glue all those leaves on too. So yeah, so I think we're going to do some writing cards, and we'll try to on the spot make like, I guess, wild things or monster type themed doohickeys, you know, and everything. If you're on TikTok, I have a playlist with the Wild Things journal book. Everything that I've made on there. Usually what I do is I keep it up and posted until up on my playlist until I start a new book, and then I'll move them to what they belong to. Let me get this little stringy off of here. You know, if it's an insert, if it's the book itself, you know, that kind of stuff. And that way I don't have like a million playlists up at the top. But I do have some journals in my Etsy shop now. I have a ton. But those who were asking about a recipe book, I actually have a recipe book here that I never posted and I didn't really finish, mostly because I needed another fork. And I know that sounds crazy. And it was the Christmas one that I started and I just never finished it. Because actually I know why I didn't finish it. I also need another fork to put right here because I had a spoon, but I didn't have another fork, and I have to go find one. But the reason why I didn't finish it is because when I was cleaning, I found it behind a bunch of boxes up on this top shelf that's like 5 or 6 feet tall, and it got stuck back there. So I did this right here, and I made recipe cards to go in here so that way they could be written down, and like other little stuff. And this was a Christmas themed one that I had did, and I just never really finished it. So, but I built the whole entire thing from scratch. And if memory serves me correctly, I messed up on this book, and somebody pointed it out on TikTok that how in the world was I going to sew the pages in? It's coming back to me now. Hold on. Because I had that's right, I put the holes over here. And as you can see, you can't put the pages there. And so I fixed it, and I put the holes over here like that. And then the holes are gone right here. So never throw away anything. You can always fix it. So this was the Christmas recipe journal that I had made, and I just found it. And I decorated all of the stuff with some filigree, but I never really finished it. So it doesn't even have my label on it. So yeah, I'll have to finish that and do something with that after I do. So yeah. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is let's get started. So how do I want to do this monster foot? Usually what I do is I come up with this stuff kind of on a fly. I think I'm going to use black paper for the background, and then I will put draw it out in a monster shape foot, and then I may glue some of the fake hair on there or something along those lines. And then on the other side will be a writing spot, and we'll start there. And then if I think of something else while I'm doing that, which I usually do, we will continue that. So let me find a pencil. So yes. And I think I'm just going to try, I'm going to draw like a foot. And then I don't want to make, I can put little claws on it too. Let me see, what can I make the claws out of? Let me look around my area really quick. See nothing that requires drying time, because if it has drying time, it won't get done. And then I'll have to sit here and wait. And I don't want to do that because I'm impatient. I just had an idea about something. Okay, I think I got it. All right, so I'm just going to draw like a foot, and we'll probably just do it like this. Maybe a little bit bigger. Think of how big the journal is. No, that probably will be good. And then I'm going to do the toes kind of like this, like a little bit separate. And then what I can do is I can like glue on some kind of like little nails, you know, because if it's like this could be the top of the foot, and then the bottom will be the writing spot. So if it had like little nails, nail beds, you know, I can do like little sharp kind of claws like this. And I'm going to cover this over with other paper. You know, just something real simple. Kind of like that. Yeah, I think that would be good. And I could just add, I may add some of this tannish looking paper on for the little nails, because that actually would work just a little bit better for color wise. Or heck, we can paint them. I guess that will work too. Paint them nails. I'm just going to cut the whole thing out. I may make the nails just a teensy bit wider while I'm cutting, just so they don't get all mangled up. I don't know if I told my husband I was doing a live today, but he should know. My kids are yelling at each other. They're leaving on Monday to go to youth camp. I swear I haven't seen them hardly at all because they keep disappearing on me, going to grandma's house, and now they're going to camp. Well, 2 of them are. So me and little Rubik's Cube will be home, and so will my oldest, because she's got work. And she's going to be starting back to school here pretty quick. So maybe make some like little pockets too. There's already a lot of pockets in there, but I may do like something else. There you go. Get rid of all this. Foil, yes, I can. Or I can use embossing stuff too, if I don't have it. Let me see if I have it. I'm sure I have some. When was the last time I used foil? I just used them for something. I also have glitter gel pens. I have embossing glitter too, and I think I have like bronze and I have gold. I have, what is that color called? Fossilized amber. So yeah, that's a good idea. Thank you. I know I got a well, I'm only homeschooling 2 this year because Ella graduated last year, or this past year. I had 2 16-year-olds graduate early, so that's yay for me. And so I only got Rubik's Cube and Lily, who is starting high school. I have 1 starting kindergarten, 1 starting high school. That sounds crazy, but yeah. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, make sure I put it like right there. Make sure that, okay. I want to make sure it's not going to get any of that in there. So I'll do that. yeah. Actually, I kind of like it that way better. No, I want the paper on this side. Yeah, so yeah, I'm gonna keep it like that. Um, so yeah, that's gonna be exciting. And Rubik's Cube is going to have dance. She's taking ballet classes this year. Did that with my other, well, not Ella. Ella took like Lego robotics. She really enjoyed that. Kaylin was our ice skater, and she still goes ice skating to this day. She's not as flexible as she used to be, but she still likes to do it in her when she can as exercise. And Lily was also a dancer. I'm just putting some extra tape right here. I kind of like this tape a little bit better. So yeah, little Ruby Cube is going to be doing dance, and so I'll have to change my live schedule because it will be on Saturdays, and it's an actual dance school, and she's really excited about that. She said she's going to do ballet. That's what she calls it, ballet. Ask for a car. Yeah, exactly. You know, that sounds about right. Yeah, that one is the spoiled one. And her older sisters, who are all teenagers, love to point out how spoiled she is by daddy. I think it's because, like, she was, like, COVID born baby. And so he was, like, he got to go to all of my doctor's appointments and stuff. And he just was, like, an emotional wreck. Like, woman emotional wreck. And I'm like, dude, what is your deal? You know? Like, he started boo-hooing when he heard the heartbeat and stuff like that. And ever since then, he's just been mushy, you know? And I was like, what is wrong with you? Are you going through a midlife crisis? I asked him, I was like, are you having a breakdown? And he's like, no, I don't know. I don't know. It's kind of crazy. And I was like, maybe it's because it's our last one and you know it. But I've been through this 4 times. This is number 4, okay? This is not new to me. Yeah, it's exciting, but, you know, I really just was like, I want to know what it is. Am I actually going to get my boy this time? Nope. I probably would have 7 more girls. Girls are dominant in my family. I know it comes from the guys, but not my egg overrules that big time. My grandmother, the one who I just made the book for, was one of 8, and the very last one was a boy. And then on my dad's side of the family, my grandfather was one of 8, and he was the only boy. So it's like a thing. Everybody in my family too lives a really long time. My great uncle Charles, who was my grandmother's brother on my dad's side, not the grandmother who's still alive. My other grandmother passed away 4 days after Ruby was born. And she saw a picture of her and went to bed that night and passed away in her sleep peacefully. And she was 90, almost 92. She was 91 also. And but her brother is still alive, and he just turned 101. And he just stopped driving last year when he got in a car accident. I was like, he was still driving, and my dad was like, yeah, he finally stopped driving. I was like, well, yeah, he probably should had a long time ago, you know. I think I'm gonna make one for this side to cover this up because it needs to be a little bit thicker. Let me just do this. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that just to cover all that up. What are you doing? So yeah, we all live to be ripe old ages. My grandmother, who is getting the fancy Nancy, the one who I did the washi tape on. All of those pictures on the washi tape are everything that actually she does or has done in her life. And she teaches a class, an art class, at the senior center still today. She plays mahjong on Wednesdays. She reads. She does everything. She sews, paints. She used to be a ballroom dancer. And then she owned her own tailored clothing store in Palm Beach before she retired when she was like 75. And she still makes things today. So she broke her hip a couple years ago doing Taekwondo. And I was like, why are you doing that? She's like, I needed exercise and it looked fun. So, oh, that feels a lot better. That'd be good and thick. And she goes swimming every morning. Get her exercise, comes back, has a half a bit everything bagel with cream cheese, cantaloupe, and strawberries, and some pineapple orange juice. So I tried to make it as authentic as possible. I know, isn't it? It's like we dominate. All right. Yeah, this will be good to make it thick, just so if I add like embossing stuff or color it or whatever, it will not get all flimsy-fied on there. I'm also working on some new pop-up designs. I think I got a new one for the waterfall one. I've done a few different kinds of waterfall ones. I just thought about one I could try to do for this one. I'm thinking. I like to play around with paper and see what I can emulate with that. Okay, so I'm going to mark off where the little nails will go. Just very lightly. Probably like right about there. Just so I don't go over. And then I could take the Theo Von hair that I got left over here, and I could actually put it like, on the foot on there. That sounds pretty good. But I'm going to put, let me do the nails first. Look okay. Also, I'm going to be working on some templates again. I had templates in my Etsy shop with like things that I've created, like from the Welcome Home Journal and, like how to do certain things. The only reason I haven't lately is because when I got a new computer, Jeremy didn't put all my programs on there that I had before, and I haven't had it on there, and I've been bugging him to put it back on there. So I have the grabby glitter pens. I can use that, or I can make it a little bit more authentic, I guess, and use. Let's see if I can reach it. I'm gonna drop it. I could use something like this to do the toenails, and then it would be brown. And I think that I kind of like this better. I don't have any gold foil, and I wish I had some gold. I need to get some of that again. I use that for something, and I don't know what. I like the foil idea a lot better. But let me look. I don't think I have any of that. No, I don't. Alright, let me see what I got here. I got my, you know what I need? I got a pen. Let me see if this still works. Pens are, oh my gosh, I can't even get the thing off. But this one doesn't work. Well, it seems to. Okay. This is a clear embossing pen. I also have a black one, I think. Yeah. You get the thing off. Should be. I think I used the black one when I was doing the Game of Thrones thing. No, I don't have any foil. That's the problem. I have loose glitter, and I have embossing. What is that stuff that I just? Wait a minute. Hang on. I also have the metallic pigment, but that ain't gonna stay on. It usually stays on wax better.
You need anything, sugar?
Nope, I'm on live.
Yeah, I figured.
No, but could you tell them to be quiet? They were in the hallway yelling. I don't know what they were doing.
They're yelling because Ella decided she was done working and so I take a shower without asking.
Oh my gosh.
So I made her get out and get back to work.
Good. Put that girl to work. She should know better. But no, I'm good, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think. Here, I'm going to test this out. I'll test it with the black and the white. Then I'll see which one I like better. But I gotta get a lighter piece of paper. I'm gonna get a white piece of paper over here. I'm making my monster foot that I was saying that I was gonna make.
Yeah, I remember you saying that.
Do you know I found a whole entire pad? Remember how I had you get me some black cardstock?
I think I do remember.
Right?
That.
And it was like, thin. I found a whole pad like this, and I'm like, all right.
You're not going to surprise me by anything like that.
I used the one that you already got though, because I use it when I'm making inserts and templates because I just like that paper. I like the thickness of it.
You need this. I don't think you
I need just one of them.
Smoother than that, or is that okay?
No, that's fine.
I didn't think it. That was really hard to cut.
Yeah, I could see that. Why are you wet?
It's wet.
Ew. Okay, go. Yucky. No, but am I gonna? Is Ruby gonna be in here by herself?
She's eating pretzels, and then she's gonna go to her room.
Well, she can sit in here with her tablet or something if she wants to. But if she needs anything, you tell her to come in here and ask me.
I'm staying in here for a while.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going back outside.
I've been outside working. They're the ones been in the house.
I just didn't want her in there by herself.
So she's been hanging around me.
Okay. All right, let me test this out first. No, it's fine. All right, so this is what the black looks like. It just looks like a marker. So this is toenail number 1. I'm just going to do these at the same time. And then this is the clear. And we'll see which one looks better. What did you paint? No, I don't want to wax the nails. That's going to be really hard to only get wax on those tips. And I don't have my wax stuff handy. I would have to go dig all that stuff back out. Let me try this. I have a few more colors, but to me this would be the closest to like toenail color. All right. So this is the black and this is the clear. It might already look like this because it's black paper, but it will kind of glaze over like that when it's done. And it just looks black with a little bit of yellow. Okay. Yeah, it's all dry now. So what I could do is, let me see if I might be able to draw. I don't know if this is going to show up, but I may have to put like little white toenails on him to make it. I know, right? I may have to put like little white toenails on him just to get it right. Or I might be able to color it over with the glitter, let it dry, then do the embossing over that. Let me see. Let me try it on this black paper right here, because this would be like what is on there. That way I don't have to cut it out a bunch of extra. You know what I mean? No more extra. I'll dry that a little bit. Let me see what this does. I've never really put embossing over. Oh gosh. And I'll just wipe the tip back off. All right, so let me turn this down a little bit. That way it will actually post to YouTube. Because if they hear any kind of music or something, which I cannot stand silent, they will freak out. All right. You never know until you experiment, right? And I would say that is a success, because look, that's the black, and then here we go. I think that will work. What do you guys think? Whoa. Make sure we dry. Okay. I'm always scared to touch it because I'm scared it's going to be like hot wax when you have it on here, and then it's going to always paranoid. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to color this. Get this going here. Just so it kind of lightens it up a little bit. I don't think I have a white. If I have a white marker, I would just use that. If I use a white crayon, it will melt the wax. But I'll have to try that one time and use a crayon and see if I could put the metallic pigment stuff on it. I also found an equivalent metallic pigment that's not Stamperia, so I don't have to get it shipped overseas. It's by a different brand. I just got to add it to my Etsy shop, and there's more of them, and I need to experiment with them and see how they work on wax. And if it works well on wax, then boo, there we go. I have Serenica wax too. I could always do that with. I didn't think about that. I have a gold. So I guess you could use like that. I do it with on paper sometimes, but not very often. So yeah, lots of options. And then I could go into Kaylin's room and go raid her nail polish collection. You know. You know what I could have done? I could have used resin. I could have used resin, and then I could have made them more textured and put them under a UV lamp. You know what I'm saying? Like, just do this part, UV light it. Where's my light? Or lamp. And then, I didn't even think about that. Maybe we'll try it next. I can make another foot, you know, and I'll trace this one, make another foot, like use this for a template, and we'll try resin. And then we'll make another writing card. How about that? Sound good? Wait a minute. I also have, hang on, let me see what this is. Oh, this is my acrylic fluid. This makes okay, I bought it to make claw marks on something during Halloween, but it makes like scratch marks, you know, that kind of thing. I also got a patina set. Let me see. Let me get these out. Oh, that one's more like copper in there. Whoop! I'm gonna drop it too. Yeah, I didn't think about that, or I could have used resin. And then, if I could do it and do it right, I could try to make it, do it little by little, and then make it to where it's kind of bumpy. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, like, give it a little bit of character or whatever. And then, and if I use the flexi resin, the soft resin that everybody always tells me that it's not cured all the way, that's why it's bendy. I have soft resin, and I could try to like make little indents in it and then paint that part to make it look like, you know, like when monsters have those toenails and they always have like the brown lines in the white or something, you know, like that. So we'll plan on doing that next. Here, let me get this chunk of stuff here so it doesn't break apart. So yeah, that gave that time to dry. So that actually might work. All right. Well, see, this is why. But yeah, I didn't think about resin, or I could have done that. Resin's really quick. I like UV resin because I'm impatient and I don't like to wait on it to dry like overnight and 2 forevers. So I have the UV resin. I just got to get my light out. That's over right here next to me. I can try it. Try it on the next one. Feel like it's like a dipped like fingernail. Oh, thank you guys for all the likes, follows, all that good stuff. You know, like when you dip nails. I used to do my nails that way, and then I got lazy. There you go. All right, now let me zap it with the heat. Yeah, dip nails. That's like what we're doing. We're doing monster dip nails. Monster dip nails. If this wasn't just like a Wild Things book and I was just doing a monster book, I would totally do that. Like bougie salon monster book. I could do that. All right, let me get the heat gun. I always do it over again too. You guys actually see that? Let me see what it looks like. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, it's so like glossy too. So pretty good. And then what I'll do is let's try it with resin. All right, let me go grab, I got a bottle right here. I'll have to open it. The only bad thing about UV resin, it don't last that long. But you're constantly having to use like a new bottle. Let me get this box down. Get my light out. I end up spending the whole time making monster feet. That'd be funny. Oh, we're in for a treat. Well, you know what made me think of it is I had just posted a video on my Facebook page because I'm trying to get all my content back on there after creating a new page. And I had just posted when I did the art journal, I made resin paint jars. And I'm like, all I did was I put them on a piece of paper, you know, to make it all wavy and stuff. And I was like sitting here thinking, oh, resin. I could have done that. I think I only need one of these. So this is the Let's resin. This is also a magnetic thing. That's why they're sticking, because it has a ruler that sticks to it so stuff doesn't move while you're working. So if you see magnets just randomly stick to it, that's why. And this goes together like this, and it has a little tray where you can put it like in the middle so you can get the full effect on the top and the bottom. So you could turn them both on like that or on whatever. And then, but it has a special plug you can only use with it, because it won't work with any other plug. I figured that out the hard way. I was like, why is this turning on? And I had the wrong plug plugged into it. So, all right. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get some monster feet drawn here. I know it is fancy. I've been needing a new light for I don't know how long. I'll probably do a couple of them, I think. I'm going to do this side because I don't want anything to get on the other side because that's where the little writing thing is. Whoop. Usually what I do is I make like a little template. Like I would make this a template on the foot. And then if I was going to make any more, then I have it. And then, you know, there we go. I'm just going to make double stack here. Because I put 2 on this one that I'm tracing. I usually make templates of stuff and throw them in a box so that way I don't have to go back and make another one. I do that a lot. I don't mind making another one, but I don't want to. All right, cut these bad boys out. And I don't want to break out my Sizzix or anything like that, or Cricut machine. My Cricut machine's been in the closet for a couple of years now, in the bag, sitting there, not doing anything. Mostly because I don't have the room for it. If I had a big old craft room to myself, I'd just leave it out. And then I probably would use it more often. Alright. I'm going to cut these out, glue them together. And after I'm done gluing them, then I will put the writing spot on the back after all that, just so I don't get anything on it. Which I don't want to really do that. Fancier nail. And I'm not even the nail person of the family. My daughter is. My oldest daughter, she does her own nails and they are fancy. She took all of my tiny journaling stickers, which are actually nail art stickers. She took them all and has them in her room and has been decorating her nails. And I was like, do you know how long it took me to collect that stuff? And she's like, what do you have it for? You don't do your nails like that. And I was like, I have it for journaling stuff, for my tiny journals, because they're tiny stickers. And she was like, well, I needed them. And I mean, I had a lot of them. I had like a little whole filing system going on there. And she did. Ran off with it. Echo. Play dance updated playlist on shuffle. Thing just went off. Your grandbaby's doing what? Oh, yeah, wanting all kinds of, yeah. And you give it to her, too. That's how I am with my kids. Unless it's something I really want, and then I'm like, no. You know. Jeremy did that the other day. He had just made himself, like, something to eat, and Kaylin had came downstairs. She's like, oh my gosh, what is that smell? And I was like, I don't know. It's probably that whatever your daddy's making in the kitchen. And she's like, ooh, that smells good. And here she comes walking. Whoop. Hang on one second. My little thing came on. And then she comes walking out of the kitchen with his bowl. And I'm like, I go into the kitchen and he's sitting there making him some more. And I'm like, did you just give her your food? And he's like, yeah, she wanted it. I was like, gosh, you're a pushover. Don't do that. You're teaching her that it's okay to take. And I'm like, and he's like, no, it's fine. I'm in here anyway. I'm like, oh, ridiculous. Ooh, let me not use that. I just now thought about those two don't mix very well. He's a pushover with us girls. It's hilarious though when everybody comes at him at once. He gets so overwhelmed because there's too many high-pitched female voices, and his brain, you could tell his brain's about to explode. I'll line these up first. All right. Okay, I'm gonna mark off where I gotta put the nails. I think I'll make it like right about there. All right, let me fix up this one here. It's kind of not pointy. All right, I'm gonna get this ready to go. Get this open. Take about 4 to 5 minutes. So I'm gonna put them on super quick, and then that way I can get the light on it so it doesn't shift around and move. And I gotta have something to open this. All right, I'm going to pedicure land here. Oh, this is staying really good. They're going to be all bubblicious. You could also like mix stuff in with it. I don't really like using mica powder too much with resin because it's so messy. And then trying to pour it on out. There we go. All right. See how that does. Should get that. All right. In the meantime, let's see. I need to put, I'll put something like right here. I need to find what I did with all my stuff. Here we go. Oh, good Lord. Okay, I got some of these stickers. Oh, I found another pack of stickers that I totally forgot about too. That's how it always goes. Look at all this. These are like, I think, vinyl stickers. Let's see, we might be able to use. That's a little bit big. Oh, that's kind of cute. That I might be able to stick on the other side. They're very vibrant. That's cute too. Oh, I can't look at that picture anymore because it just looks terrible. This is what was happening at the East Coast Credit Union. You know, that one's cute. Maybe. Oh, it's got a lots of. Did he send them off to their beds? I don't remember him doing that. Oh, what is that? Oh, okay, I see. So yeah, there's a lot too. What is that? Oh, it actually has writing on it. Maybe I'll put that on another one. Oh, that's going to be really dark. No, that's not going to work. I'll have to put this on something. Here, I'm going to put this on here. And that way it can actually be seen like that. Cut that off. I'll just glue it. I forgot it's vinyl. I just don't understand what people were thinking. Who does that? Seriously. You know, people have just no shame no more, I guess. None whatsoever. Alright, hang on, I'll check that. Let me get it to go. While I'm cutting this out, and then just to make sure. Ooh, it kind of is, since it's like vinyl, it kind of looks bubbly. Let's put it like that. Oh, look at them glossy nails. I think it worked. Make sure. Ooh, that's fancy. See that? It even made him like bubbly. You can see that. Yeah. I don't know if y'all can see. But yes, that's fancy. Okay, now it's a little bit tacky, so let me just hit it again. All right. So we can, whoop, hang on, let me move these so I don't fry them. I don't know why I didn't think of that. Now, one thing I can do, see, if I use something to stir in a color, it's going to be a pain in the butt. I know it. So I think if I put something like glossy over it, let me get that stuff. I might be able to use the powder, kind of brush it over, or I can paint them and make it look better. But I think if I use like a pigment that's like metallic looking, it will work a lot better. So I got this set, and I'm pretty sure weather and temperature resistant. Okay. Rubber stamping, calligraphy, fabric painting, interior decorating, faux finishing. Oh, I think this will work right here. So I might be able to use, let's see what this is, because this looks exactly like the same pigment and stuff. This is solar gold, or I kind of like that gold a little bit better. Sunset gold. This is kind of like a sparkle gold. I don't really like that. Brilliant gold. This is like bronze. Antique gold. I'm thinking like one of these two. Probably this one, I think. Or we can just go completely Looney Tune and do like something like that. What is this? That's antique bronze. Antique. This. Wait a minute. Antique witch. Oh, that looks so weird. At this angle, I thought this was teal. Looked like teal. Oh, they're interference. Okay, I see. That one will look too much like black. Talking about like this. This is bronze antique. So we'll try one of these. This one's antique gold, I think. Where does that say? Antique gold. This one is like a sunset gold right here. If I could keep them. So this one or this one. This is antique gold. This is sunset gold. Antique gold. I think so too. I have a smaller pack of these. I just got it at the Etsy shop. Oh gosh. There you go. And I'm going to, I got these little, what you call them, eyeshadow brushes that I use with these thingies. I call my little applicators. Whoop. Oh yeah, that looks exactly like the Stardust pigment. So yeah, I like finding an alternative. I'm just gonna do pinky. I only want to get it on the nail part. I say that's winner winner chicken dinner. Maybe. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's stuck on there good. I mean, even I'm not gonna go all the way to like the cuticle edge, I guess, so to speak, because then it gives it like that little black hue. I figured this would work just like melting wax because it's kind of the same consistency when it's dry. But this isn't bad for a first experiment. And it's on there. I think that looks pretty good, actually. What? Okay, what? Yeah, I like it too. I might even. So that stuff is awesome because this is a lot cheaper than one of the little pigments. Getting whole, I mean, it's a bigger thing too because I use those all the time for wax stamping. Let me turn this over. So yeah, that's pretty darn good. Look at how fancy. Yeah, so I didn't want to get it all the way to the edge there because I figured now I kind of don't want to touch it, but I could put another layer over it and do like maybe like an iridescent kind of thing on top or something like that, or just put it like a clear coat over it. Let me do that. Let me let me put another layer of the resin over this. And this is good too because this is flexi resin, so it actually is bendy when it's fully cured. But I'll put another like a clear coat over it, like just like you would regular nails. So let me do that. Here, let me face this booger this way, and then we'll seal it in. We'll seal the deal. So yeah, I think this will be good. Let me just fold it down. Ooh, 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 I got a bubble. I feel like if you put the light on it right away, it will kind of start staying in place. All right. Get this little tip. Oh gosh, I can smell it. Whenever you're doing like UV resin, it smells like burnt hair. So you're not having a stroke. That's the resin. Okay. So I think that already looks better than this, but that's okay. All right. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. Sorry. But I'm going to put like a little, I think like a little pole thing on it. So that way I can kind of pull it out with like a little brad or something. You know, like maybe like right there because I don't want to put it up there by the toenails. And then I'll punch a hole in the bottom. And that way it can get pulled out of whatever little orifice I choose to put in my book. Let me see. I don't know if I want to use the Bow Bunny. Let me use just regular brads. I got an itchy elbow. Let me get these. Hang on, I'm trying to get all my stuff out of the way. I need my little Brad's box. Go. I'll move all this. I think I want to do it. Do I want to do it this way? Yeah, I think I'm going to do it this way. Here, let me glue this. I'm going to glue this down just so it don't move on me here. And then I'll put a brad through it so it stays. I don't usually glue the ribbon down, but I just thought of it. So I was like, yeah, let me do that. I'm always trying to do things complicated. So let's make it a little bit easier. I just use a gold one. Oh, no, I'm going to use this. I got one that looks like a little nail. I think I'll just use that. Like cutting nail. Come on. There it is. So that way you can just pull it out, and I can put like a little sticker or something over that. Let's see what I got here. Not a clear sticker. That kind of defeats the purpose. All right, so I can also put like a little one of these stickers on there. Like that. And I'll just cut it. Kind of cover that up. Just add a little bit of glue. Just kind of hold it down a little bit. So there we go. So we can just now one of the pockets. All right, let me see how these are doing. It's hot. Ooh, look at them. They done. It's very rubbery. It kind of makes them like magnified, I think, with the extra on there. A little bit tacky still, but it's so pretty. I think Kaylin would be proud of me, the Miss Nail person. I'm going to put it under again because it's a little bit tacky still, and I don't want it to get smushed when I put it in the book. So yeah, I know. I'm not good at doing nail art either. I probably could be if I liked it, but I don't. God, I don't even like sitting there going to get my nails done. That's why I wear press-on nails. And it's expensive. I mean, granted, I understand what's involved, but it ain't worth it. You know, amazing, amazing nail artist. But I'm okay just going on Shein and buying my nails and gluing them on for a couple weeks and boom, I'm done. You know? Right? I know. Okay, let me let these harden just a little bit. Oh, I was having trouble moving this because it's magnetic, but. And then I'm going to put a piece of this writing paper on the other side. A little writing scotch. These little things come off on the bottom, and you can like tear them off. And if you find a good one, you can like use it like in a journal page, you know, or something like that. They're really good for that kind of thing. Okay, like that. And then you can just cut along here. It's not even close to what these are for, but I found them when I went to Gatlinburg at the Sunliner Diner. And I like using it for the lined paper. Like a honeydew list, I think. Or something like that. You know. But yeah, I like to save these. It feels good. Alright, let me move this. Oh yeah. Them are some fancy, fancy nails. Alright, let's trace this. I wasn't planning to spend this much time on a monster foot, but hey. Hey. Coming up with stuff on the fly, like always. Put this down. Give it a little bit more character. You know what I totally forgot too? I was going to put a hairy foot on that one. I'll do that to this one. We'll make it hairy on this side. I didn't even think about it, and I just threw the sticker on there. Got Theo Vaughn hair over here, so we'll stick that on afterwards. Get this out. And I think I'm going to just distress this just a little bit, just so it has like the black distressed edges. Oh, yeah, it is. For me, it's a bit of a challenge trying to come up with like theme stuff, because like if I do a recipe journal, that's easy. I could come up with all kinds of stuff for that. But it's hard to come up with just monster themed type stuff or wild thing, whatever you want to call it. So trying to think of stuff for this, oh, you know. And the book itself, you know, does have some stuff, you know, to work with, but It's not like Alice in Wonderland, you know, where you can come up with all kinds of stuff, you know, for it. Okay. All right, we're going to put some hair on this one. Hair of the dog, so to speak. I think we're going to. I forgot nails were on there. It's like, why is it all sticking up in the air? My husband told me I look bougie today. I said, did you just say bougie? And he's like, yeah, you're rubbing off on me. And I was like, no, you need to quit watching Chris Lee Knows Best. He's been watching that with me, and oh, that show is hilarious. If you guys have Peacock, y'all need to watch it. It's funny. And he was like, this sounds exactly like you. You and Todd are made from the same exact mold. And I said, I know. I was like, yeah, because we say the same exact stuff. And because I had on a jumper, see, it's like a jumper, like all the way down to the floor kind of jumper pants, and it hangs off the shoulders. And of course, I'm not going to show you because I went braless, and knowing my luck, I'd show you and I'd nip slip or something on freaking live, and then I'd be branded all over the internet, and I would be mortified. What was I put for? And that's not happening. It just ain't happening. And so I come downstairs and I have Uggs on, like my slippers that Kaylin gave me. And he's like, well, don't you look bougie today? And I was like, what? I just want to look comfortable. And it was there. I didn't feel like digging through laundry basket trying to find clothes. All right, I'm going to put some hair on this. And then I think I'm going to do is I may, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some hair, I'm going to put the hook on it. Then I'll put some hair on it. And that way I can put the brad through all, or it will cover all that up on that side. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I got it. Got it. Like I was saying earlier, my washi tapes are on the way. I'm super excited. I've been waiting on these for to get these ones done for like a month, and then they're working on the next ones right now. And then it will probably be after that, then I'm going to be doing fall stuff. That way they get here a little bit before fall. I don't want them, you know, I don't want it to be too late. All right, so I think with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it backwards, the brad thing. Let me see. I guess I'll use gold one maybe. And that way it will be under the hairy foot. minute. I got some stuff in here. Get it out. Lord. That's in there good. There we go. Alright, so hairy foot right here. Do it this way. Clip it like that. And now the pretty side's on there. What did I get on here? I think I got some glue on here. Let me get that off. There we go. All right, let's go find some hair. Yeah. I said something like that to Jeremy the other day too. I was like, oh, hold on, let me go get my ones. Oh, I think he was about to get in the shower, but he was disgusting from being outside. Oh, here we go. Wait. Oh, the only bad, ooh, running over my pant leg. The only bad thing about hairy fabric is it sheds. Let me get my big, where are my big scissors? I just saw those somewhere. Where did I see those at? Oh, I just hid it. So I think I'm going to do like that and turn it over this way. Oh, there it is. I'm going to kind of stop it right here before the pitties, and that way it won't be as hard to, you know, kind of do it. Like right there. That's where I'm going to stop it at. Whoop. Right on that. Yeah, I can see it a little bit. I'm just going to do this. Because the hair kind of hangs off. It hangs a little bit, so it will hang over that. Right about right there. All right. When I show this to Jeremy, he's going to freak out. He hates hair. He hates it so much. It drives him crazy. I'll put some more glue on it once I get it cut out. I just wanted something to kind of hold it in for a little bit. And then when I get it, I'll just add a little bit extra. It's easy to cut, but like when you start wiggling it, it kind of sheds. You got to kind of get all that stuff out of there, like from where it was cut. And then once you get that out, it's okay. And I always have to give this flipping thing a haircut. I had to do that on the spine, and then after I got all the hair out, it's fine. So this is, I guess I can add nail tech to my resume now. Okay, girl, you're gonna have to have these like trimmed up because we gotta be able to see those pitties. And then I'll do a little shaggy cut here in a second. Layered or whatever you want to call it. You know, I actually do have some scissors that have those layered things in it a little bit too. All right, let me. God, I hope there's no hairdressers on here. They're gonna just like freak out about my technique. I'm trying to get all the Lulu's hairs out because can't have it shitting. All right, let me move all this hair off of my desk. Oh, that was funny too. After I put the spine thing on the book, Jeremy went over to go. He said, "Can I borrow a pair of scissors?" So I said, "Yeah, they're over there on my little scissor tree." He goes over there and he grabs one, and there's like this hanging from it, and he's like, "Are you cutting your hair?" And I was like, "Does that look like my hair color?" He's like, "Why is there hair on there? It's one of the kids doing it." I was like, "No, it's from my book." And he's like, "Now that's something you don't hear every day." And I was like, I had to give it a haircut or it would shed all over the place. Because, you know, when you trim it, it has loose hair everywhere. Like all over the place. And all over me. Okay, let me keep this straight. Liquid glue likes to make it bendy. Actually, it looks like it's sticking on there pretty good. All right, how's that look? Good. Oh gosh, see, I told you there's hair everywhere. We good? Okay, good. Hairy monster foot made with these lovely gold tip pedicured nails. You know, let me get all the hair out of them. So there's what they look like. All pretty on the soft furry foot with the writing page on the other side. Let's see, we could probably put a sticky on there. Let's see what kind of, I got some small stickies here. Still gotta use up. Just kind of stick it, I guess, here in the middle-ish. Where'd that thing go? There we go. King of the Wild Things. So, Monster Ruby would probably get a big old kick out of this. Here, I'll show her here in a second. Ruby! Ruby! I'm trying not to be so loud because I can yell, and I don't want to do that. Echo. Drop in living room echo. I highlight those downstairs. Hey! Are you guys down there? Echo. Drop out. Oh, the little buggers had a tea party too the other day. That was so cute. Ruby! Jeremy! Everybody go. I think they're outside. I'll have to show her when she gets back in. All right. Ooh, hang on, I'm stepping on my pant leg. So, compared to this one, I think I like the furry one better. But that's good techniques right there. So, you can use, if you're doing like a journal page or anything like that, you have embossing powder. And then you have, this is resin with the pigment on it, and then another layer of flexi resin. And then you can make little cards like that. I'll put some glue on this one. Just so it stays down a little bit more. And I think I got time to make like one more insert, and I've been wanting to do the easy pop-up one for this journal, so I guess we'll go ahead and do that. And then I think that'll be good for today. Oh crap, all my stuff fell over. Aww. Yeah. I got hair everywhere. It looks like I cut my hair in here. Wait. Hang on, I'm sliding away. And we'll use that as a little writing card. And there, let me put this here. So you could try that technique. You don't necessarily have to do monster nails. You could also, the resin, another good thing you can use it as, I know a lot of you guys have seen the, here, let me show you what I'm talking about. The, what's it called? Hang on, let me throw that away. There we go. I had this thing on top of my box and went in to throw it away. This effect, the fluid gloss effect right here, where it looks all shiny like this, like it looks watery. Oh yeah, there you go. You can see it when I'm putting it down. You see how it's all like that? There's paper underneath and it's, you know, hard. You can use, as long as the sides are sealed, you could use resin over it and just use clear resin. And then just take like a toothpick or a needle, and if you see any bubbles, poke them, get rid of them. and then you can put the UV light on it, and then it will be instantly done, and you don't have to wait so long like you do the fluid gloss. The fluid gloss took days and days and days. It is like a creamy color white, and you can't see anything under it, so you're like freaking out the whole time, thinking, because it's paper and it is wet, so it will buckle and stuff. And I was worried about that the whole entire time. Luckily it didn't. I glued it down really well. But and if you're worried about that, what you can do is you can go over it with like Mod Podge, because it won't be tacky due to you putting something else over it, which is a sealant. Because you can't use Mod Podge by itself to decoupage stuff. You have to seal it in. It even says it, just to let everybody know, it says it on the bottle, it is not a sealer. And so if you use it in a journal, it will stick and it will rip, because you got to put something over it. I've said that several times on my lives. And oh, thanks, Brittany. I have them saved up. I try to save them all in a playlist. But I've made like over 250 journals now, and I'm slowly trying to get them all added back onto my new Facebook page. It's been a task, because I have a new phone, and so a lot of them are on my old phone, and I have to go back and forth, and on my old computer. But if you want to make something like this, like where you have this clear coat, and let's say you want to do a journal page and you have like a little, like something that's glass, like a telescope or something, and you just want to do that one little spot, you can use the UV resin over it and just don't add any color, and do it once, do the UV light, do it again, and there you go. And then it can make that little bubbly effect. So that's probably what I'm going to do from now on, instead of using fluid gloss like that, because that is quicker. And check the mail. Hey. Yes? Hey, oh, you, come here. I want to show you something. What? Look what Mommy made. You're going to like this.
What? Oh, that's cool. You made a little.
She's touching the hair. See, it's a monster foot.
Yeah.
And that way you can write on here. But do you like how I did the nails?
Yeah. It's a wild thing's foot. Monster foot.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's cool.
Oh, thank you, baby.
You should put this on it.
I should.
Yeah.
I'll put that on the next card I make.
Okay.
See, I made two of them. I made one using this one.
Ooh.
See?
Yeah.
And then I tried it a different way. Which one do you like the best?
I like this one.
Of course you do. The hairy one.
Yes, Harry. I'm a kingdom, a tower for Ellen Lillian.
Okay. Are you outside with Daddy?
Yeah, and Ellen Lillian.
Oh, okay. You have fun.
Okay.
So that's another technique that you can use on your journals, or even like this, you could put this on a journal cover. And as long as you have a good base and foundation, you can pretty much, this was one of those cigar boxes. I made this on Live. See, I put stuff in it. And I repurposed this whole box. I think it was on Live. And the only thing that I didn't do on Live was where I poured this on. But I showed a video of me pouring it on. Mostly because I wanted to be able to show the box afterwards. So, and I use this all the time to put stuff in. I need to go find some more cigar boxes so I can repurpose them, because I like doing that. So let's go ahead and make one more, or maybe even two inserts. And this one will be really simple to do. And let me put this, let me move this stuff out the way. And then we'll do like little wild things. Easy. piece. Oh, hush, Jack. He's whining because they probably put him in his crate. So he doesn't, he's destructive if he doesn't get his way. He's a diva. And meanness. Mean. Shush! You better be quiet. Don't you make me come down there. Jack! I think they're in the pool, and his little crate. Oh, I know. She's going to be 5 this year. Can you believe that? The video I posted in my stories on TikTok, that was one of my first TikTok videos. And it was my second. The first one was where I was trying to get her to say mama, and she kept saying dada, and it was driving me crazy. So and that was, I finally got her to say it. I was so happy. I'm just going to cut 2 pieces of 5x7 paper. And I have this tutorial already posted on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to grow my YouTube channel because I never really spent any time doing that. So I was like, all right. It would be nice if I could grow it to like 10,000 before the end of the year, but I don't think that will happen. Not many people follow YouTube channels. I follow very little, but my husband's always telling me that anytime I see your videos, I stop and I watch them. And speaking of which, my grandpa, the one my grandmother who's still alive is married to, he's 10 years younger than her, and he's in worse health than her. And he likes to watch my YouTube videos. But if you're familiar with YouTube, if you watch reels and stuff, you know how it will just keep playing the next reel and the next reel and the next reel. He's convinced those are my videos in those next reels, and they're not. It's just playing the next reel in there. And she's tried to tell him that's not her videos, and he doesn't get it. So I was like, just tell him they are. So this is 2 5x7 pieces of paper, and I think I'm just gonna do a single one right now, and I'm just gonna cut a 3x3 piece, you know. And if anybody's curious, I actually saw this as a die cut, a $30 die cut. And I was like, I looked at it and I was like, $30 for that? That's so stupid. You could just sit here and make it. So I sat down and looked at how the thing was moving, and then I made it. And so don't waste your money on die cuts. You don't need that, you know, especially when you can just do it. That's ridiculous. Rip off. That's what it is. All right. So you're just going to score 1 inch, and then right here, a 1/2 inch. That's it. 1 inch on the other paper, and 1/2 inch. See how easy that is? I don't know what the measurement is for this. All I do is I just take the corner, and you basically want to make it about a 1/2 inch right here, which is going to be like, and if you need to compare, just, oh, am I good or what? Right about there, like that. Do that, and then you know what to fold over. Like that, just a corner, and that's all you really need to do. So it's going to go like this and like this. So take it, fold it this way, And then take the top part and fold it back. So it's kind of going to be like a Z, like a zigzag, just like that. And then on this side, do the same thing, and then fold it back. FYI, that's the thing that I'm really, if you have there's a die cut or something that requires you to buy the die cut in order to do it, and it's a movable element, and you want to know how to move it, send it to me, and I don't know why I can, but I could tell how something is underneath whatever cover they have on it. You know, most of the things, you know, are covered up. That covers up the moving mechanism, and for some reason I can look at it and I could tell immediately what it is. And so then I just make my own tutorial, so you don't have to have the die cut in order to do that. So you're just going to glue the tip that you folded down, and you're just going to glue it to that little flap right there, just like that. I have hair on my desk, so it's going to look like that. And then what we're going to do, we're just going to glue this like this. We're going to take this and turn it over, put it like that, and just even it on up there on the top. Flip it on over, and then we're going to do the same thing to this. And there you go. And that's it. And now all you got to do is decorate it. See, you don't need a die cut for something like that. Die cuts are nice and stuff, you know, if you want to take, like, you know, do it the easy way, but sometimes it's not always the easy way, because then you have to get the machine out and, you know, do all that business, and that's annoying when you can just take the time out and cut it. I'm just going to make a little facing for this. And sometimes they are too complicated and they don't come with instructions, and you're like, the flip. And yeah, that gets annoying. So I'm going to say this needs to be about 5 1/4 by 4 3/4. 5 1/4 by, what did I say, 4 3/4, just to give it a little bit of extra stuff, and that'll go on there. And 4 3/4. And then I'll put another extra, where's my Wild Things paper? Oh, I don't think I have it. I think I'll use that. I'll use that. This is the book paper. See if I can get it in. Ooh, I can. All right, 5 1/4. 4 side. I wanted to incorporate as much of the book into this as possible. So,
Put my bathing suit on.
yay! Are you gonna go swimming? All right. Let's get these all glued. You throw what away? What stresses you out? Dude, every time I throw something away, I get so mad at myself because then I know I'm going to need it, but I'd rather not hear whining. Did you get so much stuff? Yeah. And I said, you knew I was unstable when you married me, and you married me anyway. So this is part of sickness and in health. That's what I always tell them. And it is, I feel like you can never get it off. Like it doesn't just peel off like normal glue. No, let me turn this around a little bit. There we go. And you can also take this and glue this part into a book. You know, just put glue on this side right here. And when it's glued into the book, all you got to do is pull this side, and there you go. So that kind of holds it in place too. Oh, Lord. That dog. I've tried using a glue eraser to get it off my hands, and it just does not work. And I start to panic because if I have anything stuck to my fingers, it's like nails on a chalkboard to me. Like I like go into like, I feel like I'm going into like a like shock, because I feel like I'm like panicking, like I'm having a panic attack, and I hate that. And I don't know, I'm the same way though with dough and everything. I always have to wear like gloves when I'm handling certain foods because I cannot. I get like too overstimulated or something. I don't know what you want to call that, but it's awful. I'll put this one, I think, whoop, on the back. Just stick that there. All right, and then this is the front. Put this on here, and then I'll put probably one. Oh, I can't do lotion on my hands either. I don't feel like any kind of lotion that I use on my hands, it never absorbs. It feels like it just stays on the surface. And I'm like, it's not going away. So, okay, go have fun. All right. So there we go. Okay, we're gonna put like a little card up here, and I think, what do I want to put up there? I don't know. Should I put a picture up here and then put like a writing spot right here? Maybe that. I think that would be good. I'll put like a little writing page or like a tore off piece of paper right here with a little sticker. And then I could put like little thing. Oh, I like the yellow. Little sticker thing on there. Also, I don't know if this is useful to anybody. Anytime you want to put a liner on something, the way that I do it is I make it 1/8 of an inch shorter. So if it's 3 inches, I'll make it 2 7/8. Or a quarter shorter, whichever you want. You know, stuff like that. And then that gives it a nice little, you know, thing. Let me see, is that the right? Yep. Nice little liner if you want something on there. I think I'm gonna go just a teeny bit. I want a little bit more because I'm gonna scallop the edges. That it works. And then I'm just gonna take a monster with the monster. I'm just gonna cut that little corner off. You can also decorate pages before you put it all together. But I found that it's easier to fold without extra girth to it. I'll do that too since I did it on the bottom. Alright, let's see what we got here. Can do something like that, but I kind of like the other picture. I may put this like on here and then do the little writing spot. On there. Thank you for all the likes, guys. I appreciate it. And all those joining on other platforms. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do it. hitting all kinds of stuff. All right, let's see. Let me see what kind of stickies I have. I wonder if that will show up. That's kind of dark. Very clear. I think I used that one. Didn't I just use that one? I think I did. What do you use on that? Oh, yep. Well, sort of. All right, let me see. I'm looking through my stickers right here. I'll put that right in there. And then I guess I can use, let's see what it got on here. That'll fit on my little square. I already used one like that. There we go. I think what I may do is I may put like a little ribbon right here just so people can know. I don't know. I think, well, I don't know. I mean, is it kind of self-explanatory? I never know if I have to give instructions with stuff. Let's see. What did I do with all that? Oh, there it is. I gotta remember this monster foot thing so that way if I do any kind of monster type stuff, I can do that version of it. was thinking about something. Oh, thank you. Dude, I can't get a hold of nothing. Think if I were to make another one like this, what I would probably do is before I put the liner on, attach like a ribbon or like, you know, like a cloth one right here, put the liner on, and then the other side of the ribbon would be right here, and then that way you can pull it. Or I would do it to where it had like an eyelet, tie the ribbon in and pull it that way too. Be a good way to do it. And then I feel like it needs something at the top. Oh, where's that little sticker at? Let's see, what did I do with that? I put everything in this little bin right beside me so I could just access it really quick. Ruler. And make it easier. What did I do with those? I bet you I put it. I had those little clear thingies. I don't know what I just did with it. Put it over there. Oh, hang on. There it is. Found it. Let's put this like right up here. So that can be like a little mini writing spot. It have to be a big one. Yeah, I think that's good. It feels good. Sounds like it's being spanked. Let me have some of this ribbon. I think we're going to put one on there anyway. Just so we can at least pull it out of whatever little thing I decide to shove it in. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do... don't want to put it on this side. Turn this down just a little bit. Gosh, can you hear them outside? They're all the way up in the back of the house. I am in the front of the house. They're in the back of the house. I can hear them all the way up here. Wily little things. I think I'm going to do it like I'll punch it right here. And I'm going to make sure I get this out of the way. I'm going to do this. Punch it in through there. can always put like a little flap over it afterwards. A little black piece of paper so you don't see that. Which I always keep a little scrap. And put this like right there, like that. Some extra right in there. All right. I think I'm gonna let that dry for a second. And just clean up my mess hole here. Whoop. Making the lights flicker. Alrighty. I think, if I do say so myself, discovering techniques is always a good thing. That's always the fun stuff. Okay, so let me think of what else I have going on here that I need to remember. Okay, so Christmas stuff, 50% off in my Etsy shop. Washi tapes. Stock is dwindling quickly, and whatever is there is there. There will not be any restocks because it's like one trick pony. That's it. So if you're like, oh, I'm gonna wait until whenever, they may not be there. And I think there was only like maybe 8 or 9 of the zombie baby dolls left, and I have people in my family now requesting for me to set some aside, so I don't know if there will be any more in stock after that. And they're almost out, and so are the rag dolls. I actually have the rag dolls right here on my little roll thing. So they're in my shop. They're pre-cut. These are pre-cut, and so are the zombie baby dolls. The next ones that are coming are unique, like this one, I guess is the way to say it. They're out there, and I think everybody will really, really like them. I told my own version of a story. Let me just put it that way. And what was I going to say? And then I have more that are being shipped on the way. Those are the ones being shipped on the way. I have more that are being made. Hopefully the samples will be done here pretty quick, so that way they can get up on it, get them out. So there's that. actually works pretty good. I didn't think about putting a little handle on it, but there we go. And Christmas stuff. I said Christmas stuff. I restocked some of the hubby's love handle stuff, but we're not going to be restocking stuff on that too much because I don't want to get stuck with overstock stuff because it takes up a lot of room. And like I just restocked seashells in a teal color. It's not regular teal because that's been discontinued, so we won't get any more of that in. It's the other teal. I don't think I have anything here on my desk with that. Anyways, but you can see that. And digitals, I added some digitals. All of it's located in 4Girls section, products or digitals. Whatever is in my Etsy shop as far as Stamperia goes, that'll be it. I will very rarely restock any Stamperia stuff. So whatever's in there, that will be it. A lot of that stuff, though, that's in there is discontinued anyway. So whatever I have, I can't restock it even if I wanted to. So that's that. I know a lot of people are asking about, like, oh, what was it? Somebody asked me, Casa Granada was discontinued. Cosmos, I think there may be paper left for that, and that's it. So there's no die cuts ephemera. Desire was discontinued. Coffee and chocolates, I think all that's available for that is paper now. I'm trying to think of the other things. The princess stick. Oh, usually what I do is when the stuff was discontinued, I'd get all the loose sheets that I could and I'd bundle them together, try to make a whole pad. So when those loose sheets in my Etsy shop are gone, that's it. There's no more. Calligraphy was discontinued last year, the year before. A lot of they don't keep them around. let me just put it that way. They just don't keep them around. They keep all the boring ones around, you know, like flowers and stuff, and I don't like that stuff. So that's why I don't really stock that much on that. But a lot of the other ones that everybody did like have been discontinued, you know, so whatever I have in there is there and everything. But and as soon as most of it's gone, I can actually get other stuff to restock in its place. More affordable here in the United States because shipping charges, I don't want to pay almost as much as the product itself. That's just ridiculous. So that is some of the stuff on there. But what I'm trying to do is, like, I'm trying to find alternatives for a lot of the mixed media stuff, and I have to replace all that so I can get it here in the United States. And I get free shipping here in the United States. So sorry, but I'm over cats. They do too many cats. It's so boring. I don't want cats 24/7. I have nothing against cats, but I don't want to see it on every single paper pad. It's overdone. And that's why I just have not been stocking it. Nothing about the newer collections really makes me excited. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. It's boring, and I like unique stuff. If I could have gotten this for my Etsy shop, I would have. But that's not available. But I did find a company who I may start carrying their stuff because their paper, woo, it is gorgeous. and I wish they had more of it. Also, the Sugar Bell icing bottles. Sugar Bell icing bottles are no more. They have been discontinued completely. They were discontinued at the beginning of last year, apparently. And they were bought out, and they went bankrupt. I think they may have been something that was with Joann Fabrics, and Joann declared bankruptcy. So if you have a Joann's by you, it's not going to be open. Every one of the craft stores are starting to go bankrupt because everybody buys stuff online because they charge too much for that crap.
Siri just tried to ruin my entire existence.
Why?
Because
I'm on my live.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, I didn't know Siri was on. Like, I had it turned on. And so I was reading something out loud, and it was a dark humor joke. And I was like, I don't get it. And then Siri comes on and goes, calling emergency services. And I was like, no. I literally clicked so fast on the cancel.
Oh my gosh, Elrose.
No! So now I need to turn Siri off because she's trying to bring.
Tell Daddy to turn it off.
No, I can turn it off.
Oh, I didn't know if you could do that. So, anyways. Yeah, so, and you know what's funny too is our Joann's just built a humongo one. It was very modern and everything. Just built one like not even a couple years ago. And I'm like, so they're just going to close that? And I think Sugar Bell was a Joann Fabrics brand. And since Joann Fabrics went bankrupt, all their stores are closing. And everything that was in Joann's was bought out by Michaels. Like, you can go onto Michaels' website right now and it'll say for all Joann. If you go type in Joann Fabrics in Google and then you want to go shop online, it will direct you to Michaels' site. And Michaels has a different brand called Makery, and they look exactly like this. And I found a few other companies who basically have the same exact thing. It just has their logo on it. So I will be getting, that will be the replacement. And the tips all look the same. So I think they'll fit our glue caps that we designed for these bottles anyway. If they don't, I'll redesign them so they do fit. So, but I just have to look into that. You know, trust me, I'd buy everything if I could and I had room. But like I said, I'd be single because my husband will not put up with that. Because I like this stuff for myself too. And that's where I get all my supplies so I can use it. Because I got tired of supporting Amazon and a multi-billion-dollar company. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to just support all these small businesses and be a distributor for them in my Etsy shop. So I thought that would be better. So that's what I do. The Crocodile, I know a lot of people asked me when I was going to have them in stock. I have them in stock now. I added a ton of stuff into my Etsy shop that is like flower embellishments, you know, all kinds of stuff. I have, hang on, where did I put that rice paper at? I found this rice paper and I got to add it. Where'd it go? Yeah, like these kind of flowers right here. These kind of flowers. Of course, Tim Holtz ideology. I sell all this stuff in my Etsy shop now because I like that stuff and I use that stuff a lot. And yeah, but pretty much everything I can get. If it was in Michaels or Joann's, I can pretty much get it and sell it in my Etsy shop. So that's a good thing. And crop in small or large and hot. Oh no, Hobby Lobby has taken out a lot of the We Are Memory Makers products too. So like the Crocodile, these punch boards, stuff like that, these things, they're not in Hobby Lobby anymore. Sorry. So we have a Hobby Lobby near us, but we don't have any of that either. in there because Hobby Lobby was also bought out. So they're going to be changing everything around. They're like going mostly to decor stuff. No Tim Holtz, yep. The Ranger inks, I stock those once in a while, but I don't want them to, like I said, I don't have a large amount of room, but the inks don't take up that much room, so I will stock those. Oh, what did I do with that rice paper? I think I put it up already. I'll have to go and find it. But it's super, super pretty rice paper. Unless I put it here in my drawer. And even my place where I'm a registered distributor for all these products. So you can't just go onto a website and say, hey, I want this, I want that. No, I have to have like 3 licenses to be able to sell stuff. So especially this kind of stuff. Like We Are Memory Maker stuff. I gotta have a license to sell all that. But I found some rice paper. It's actually kind of sad, because when I go on there, I found a ton of like stuff that is going on clearance, like out of clearance. Like these right here. This is the Desire collection, even though and like these like die cuts, you can't find these anymore. And this collection came out just like in 2022, I think it was. And Stamperia got rid of it. And Blue Dream, that's the Mediterranean looking one. That one's gone. And it could also be because those designers don't work at Stamperia anymore. And if they don't work at Stamperia anymore, then I guess they don't get to carry their designs anymore. That could be what it is. I'm not entirely sure. I'm speculating. But that kind of, I found it. All right, here you go. Here's a rice paper pad. I got to add it to this brand right here, Little Birdie. They have went out of stock. They're discontinued. So this is for decoupage papers, are basically like rice papers. Look how pretty. I love it. Here, I'll open it. I'll show you. I haven't had a chance to really mess around with stuff because I've just been busy. But I gotta add these into my Etsy shop. I think I have a few more because kind of like it's a thin like decoupage type paper that kind of doubles as rice paper. Sometimes this kind of stuff works a little bit better than rice paper. I think there's like 2 of each sheet. But I like anything with doors or windows because I always like to put them in journals and then cut them out to where they open. So that's one reason why I got it. So, but it's very pretty. So yeah, stuff like that. I've been trying to get. I do have a good solution to store rice paper now, and that's putting it in these little cardboard file things, which helps. But yeah, so it's sad, but everybody's closing, and going bankrupt. But anywho, so these are the thingies we made today. That took a little bit of time, but totally worth it. I love experimenting with stuff, especially mixed media stuff, because it helps with future projects. So we got our Monster Feet writing cards done. Did this with the embossing powder and glitter pen. Put that on there. And then we did these toenails with the resin and the Pearl X pigment stuff, which came out fantastic. I really like it. It kind of looks bubbly. And I'm going to have to remember this technique for, like I said, liquid gloss or whatever. And then glued the hair on the foot. And then that's the writing spot. Where's my book? And we'll put them in there. Get them put in. And then did the card pull up page like this. You can pull from here. Also, so I knew I wanted to make a monster foot, but I was quite sure. Here, we'll put one right here, I guess. Wasn't quite sure how I wanted to do it. So that kind of helps. Can't really see what I'm doing here. So, oh, I'm way off. I have like 2 cameras up here kind of in the way. So I'm trying to navigate without sticking my big old noggin in there. What? No. There we go. So there's these little ribbons, so that way they can be pulled out. And then, I don't know, I'll put something else there. Cute upper ones. Let's see. This, I'm probably going to have to like stick to the outside, like something like that. Like with a pin or something, because it's a chunky monkey. Or I may do something in the front and kind of whoop it in there. Could put it right here. Let me move these out of the way. And when I do sell this book and I go to ship it, I always take the inserts out and I put them separate. People can put it wherever they want. A little monster foot. There we go. Them toenails, I'm telling you, those awesome. Put that right in there too with those. I kind of want something that can go like that, but that works. Let's see. Will that fit in there? Perfect. Look at that. I tell you, it's about getting there. Just about. Oh yeah, it's one of those beast moves. God, I got like a stringy thing caught on my nail. There it is. I was looking for that. Thought I got it earlier. There we go. So I think it's coming along fairly well. Have to whatever else I make, if it doesn't fit in the book, at least it will be an extra for it, right? Yeah, I know. The only other thing is I got to get the spine dangle wangle thing done. That's about it. And then after that, I'd say she's about done. And then I'll be putting it up on my Etsy shop and then move it on to the next one. You know, it's like I'm a surrogate for these books. And then after I give birth and they go with their little adopted families, I'm done with them. You know what I mean? So, yeah. All right. Well, I will be on Tuesday on live. And if I don't think of anything else to do with this book, then we'll work on the spine dangle and finish it all up. That way I can move on and start working on Oz, because that is going to be a chore. That may take me a while because it's a lot of mixed media stuff. And when I have mixed media stuff that I'm working with, the drying time is the worst part. You know, so yeah. All right, you guys. Well, I hope you guys can join me on live on Tuesday. I'll be on at 5 p.m. Eastern time. And in the meantime, like I said, if you're not following my Facebook page or YouTube, or if you're on TikTok and you're not following, you can follow me there. That's where I list all of my tutorials that I do offer on YouTube. I don't post them to TikTok anymore because of poachers, basically. And and I like to put them on YouTube just to keep everything in one spot too. I don't like it here and there and everywhere. That just doesn't make any sense. It's just easier, you know. All right, you guys. Well, you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend, and I will see you next week when I'm 2 kids down because they will be at youth camp. And so it will be me and Rubik's Cube here, and we'll be having all kinds of fun. All right.